So here we go. Kane Fitzgerald, Sean Corbin, and Brian Forte are our three officials. The alternate today is Nick Booker. And it's good to have you with us on NBA TV. LeVert is showing that he can, well, he's a downhill scoring guard, but he's also a passing guard, and that's who it begins, Garrett Temple. On the opposite side, Fred VanVleet was almost perfect. 8 of 10 from beyond the arc, a career best in the first one in a playoff game. That's Kyle Lowry. Matches it.
Yeah.
So triples to begin with.
Yeah, and another guy who didn't shoot it particularly well from 3 in that first game, 3 of 10. So different start for those two. Let's see if the outcome is any different.
Great pass.
Obviously, Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant next year. And, you know, the common thought is you need to have 3 stars potentially to win it all. I tell you what, is OG Anunoby.
So he's going to find a role, whether it's with Brooklyn or another team. But he's displaying the versatility, and then he's a big guard to go over the smaller guard on that drive.
To play 5-on-5 as much as possible, not allowing them to get into that open floor where they can find some confidence.
Good take. No finish, though, for Fred VanVleet. And on the dive, Anunoby met up there by... good point. Thank you, Stephanie. And he's showing his versatility, that he can score, but he can also, it's inside out. Lawawu Cabarro.
Yeah. And you allowed maybe a team not as talented to get some confidence, and that's what's happening right now, I think, for this Nets team.
Kyle Lowry's second chance, wide open look, and makes the most of it in a 6-point lead for Brooklyn. They were wired in game 1, so this is really encouraging as Jared Allen on the finger roll slipped through the screen.
Yeah.
VanVleet coming up short. Now the downhill guard, Karis LeVert, and a big guard at that. On the Euro and going to the line looking for the 3-point play. Back to Brooklyn. The surprising Nets up by a dozen as they are 8 of 11 from the field, 4 of 5 from beyond the arc overall. The lob, Jared Allen on the hammer.
Line drive it really well. And most guys instinctively overreact in terms of overhelping as Siakam knocks down that mid-range. It a lot of problems for you when they can force you to play in the half court.
Tyler Johnson tried to stay in front of Kyle Lowry. Norman Powell expands his game to 3-point range.
You're going to improve.
Ibaka coming off a 22-point effort. And an efficient one at that in the opener of the series. Coming up well short there. LeVert on the run before they can set defensively. Got what he wanted.
Yeah, and that's an example where the transition.
Seconds. Separation, shot clock, and game clock. Brooklyn out shooting them 50% to 42%. What about that take with Kurucs? And Jared Allen's been out there for most of the game. Good drive and kick. Tyler Johnson. He got the triple.
Yeah, good job there. Chiosa just straight line driving it. Raptors.
What's healthy, though,
poison.
It'll be Kyle Lowry protecting it and using his body perfectly on Joe Harris. But it's healthy when you've got that kind of ratio. 33 dimes on 43 makes. 34 minutes. No turnovers in the opening game as it's taken away. Norman Powell on the run and with the left hand.
In the air forever to get to the left side and get that finish with the left hand.
He's a different player the last couple of years as opposed to his first 2 years. Mid-range game out of Florida where he played 4 years of college ball. Now the mismatch. It'll be Powell again all the way to the cup. And Norman Powell now 11 points off the bench. Great entry. Kurucs and Chiosa with the no look.
It was not his fault. It was just a breakdown on the offensive execution.
That's out of a timeout. Jared Allen, perfect entry. Karis LeVert back on the floor, and you can tell.
Your job defensively than you did in game 1, and offensively, you put yourself in a much better situation in terms of having a chance to win this game. Have great players that can create offense. Others really got to rely on their system to create offense, and that's what you see oftentimes as Siakam able to knock down. He makes it look so easy. But you got to feel for the Nets to work that hard and get that many opportunities and not be rewarded. And then Kyle Lowry just shoots a little floater. And I tell you what, they've made the adjustment, have the Raptors on LeVert. Only 3 of 13 in this game thus far, even though he's done a good job with his facilitating. But he ends up making, Memphis is his home.
Right.
His kids there, the whole 9. And
Kyle Lowry.
That was an example. I mean, you're just not going to get a better look than Toronto's offense created on that possession.
Can Joe Harris get going? Because he had a good first game. He had 19. They caught Raptors by surprise. Now Karis LeVert. Another wide open 3. Garrett Temple gets it this time. So can they stay in the neighborhood? Into the fourth quarter is going to be the key. And the confidence will grow. Tough shot. falling down with one hand.
It's an example where Temple's got to recognize that the dribbler is being contained. No reason for you to come over.
10 shots, so not quite what we saw in the first game. On the take, Caris LeVert creatively around the length at the rim.
Of defending there, great recognition by the Nets to still run their offense.
They walked away and he burns them. Van Fleet starting to warm up after coming off a career best 15 in the last game. And the game before that, he had 13 in the seeding games. Van Fleet again gets to the cup. And it's slowed down like playoff basketball, hasn't it?
Yeah, intensity and physicality picking up.
Van Fleet warming up.
Both play a lot bigger than their size. And then they can also do it all in terms of playmaking, shooting.
Strong by Caris LeVert, but still, he got what he wanted. Good look. Now Lowry trying to get past Joe Harris, and he will.
Hardest working player I have ever been around.
Garrett Temple's got it going.
Yeah.
What a stroke. So now 18 for Garrett Temple, 12 here in the fourth. Inside out, hot hand, Garrett Temple. It continues. He's up to 21.
Hand is, he should have made that extra pass to get it to Temple.
What a take.
Wow.
Van Fleet. Now Siakam. Thomas, first look, works. They share the basketball. Tyler Johnson's teardrop works. Loose stuff. It almost got away. Norman Powell with Van Vliet. And a gamble out front. Sets it up. It'll be an easy one for Ibaka. We can get into all the players they're missing. Like Kyrie Irving. Mid-range game of Norman Powell. Former Bruin.
It's as good a defense as you're going to find in the NBA. And so it's just he's not getting enough possessions where he can just kind of exhale.
He's up to 16 points on 7 of 13. Got great position on that inbounds. They let it come in towards the rim. Tyler Johnson fills it up, and boy, do they need it.
They just, every time it looks like Toronto is there, they find a way, and that was just way too easy.
Raptors look for their first lead of the second half, and they've got it. The guy that took the shot to the jaw, OG Anunoby.
Every time Toronto has made that push, the Nets have been able to answer. Let's see if that can continue.
Caris LeVert took his time.
Yeah.
Goes by LeVert, who I've got a feeling is going over to the sideline on the next whistle. On the switch, Ibaka.
And they're spread out defensively, and also I think there's some fatigue involved in this, and Lowry.
What about that footwork?
To provide an offensive spark. Well, they got a team searching right now.
They got a setup man coming back. Joe Harris required. It had been 19-5 to start the fourth quarter. 19 for Lowry, 24 for Van Fleet. So the guys you would expect their backcourt. Johnson on the floater. And that's their best so far. They have picked it up in the fourth. Garrett Temple on the flyby. And leaving it off. High percentage, Jared Allen. Extra pass pays off. Allen went after it. Powell's got it. Norman Powell, one-man wrecking crew, gets to the cup again. Norman Powell up to 20 points. That
was a huge possession for both teams, really. Now this could be huge. Just didn't have enough to get there.
Joe Harris gets the triple in the corner to keep it close. 5-point game, 2 minutes to play.
Temple ended up with one that was contested.
They give up the fewest points in the NBA, 106 a game. Loose stuff picked up by Harris. Now LeVert. Luau Cabarro gets the triple. 3-point game, 102-99, and plenty of time. Working the clock, inside of 10 on the shot clock. Gets the switch to Joe Harris. Anunoby, shot clock violation. Yep. Got to get it in and avoid a 5 count. It's Joe Harris. Kyle Lowry all over him. Now Temple can't save it. Turnover costs them Norman Powell, and that should do it.
And see, that to me, right in the middle of it again defensively, to force the turnover and seal the deal.
Feeling good, man. Feeling good. Watching these playoff games, watching the Blazers get out to an early lead. It's way too early, but it's a lead, so I'll take it for now, man.
We'll see what happens. Jason is a noted bettor on the side of the Blazers for the series. Got it at plus 360. I saw the bet slip. He's got bets with Brandon Steiner, who comes on our Sirius show. He's got bets with Leonard Armato, who comes on our Sirius show. He's got